Hi, everybody. Hi, Dotsy. Are you ready to color these pleats? Hi, Lois. Okay, you guys, we are doing Lucky Emma. Hi, June. She is super cute. The gray girls are here. You guys are funny. Hi, Cheryl. How are you, my friend? I'm doing good. Okay. So, all the dies that I used here are La La Land Crafts, and you can find the links to them on my blog. I do have an affiliate link, just so you know. I get credit, 10% credit if you use the links on my blog. This little pot of gold that I used, hi Dawn, is actually a witch's cauldron from the haunted house that they sell. So I'm gonna get started. Hi Paula, thank you for joining us. So we're gonna start out with skin. I used my go-to white skin combination, which is E04, E11, E21. Thank you. Thank you, Dawn. You're awesome. Thank you, Cheryl. E21, E00, E000, and E quadruple 0. Hi, Michelle. So when I color my images, I start out with, my lights aren't on. No wonder I can't see anything. Oh, thank you. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you so much. So I start out by coloring with my E11, and I moisten the paper with this. Hi, Shar. Thank you for joining us. If any of you are new to Totally Love to Craft, please like and follow my page. This will notify you when I go live in the future. Oh, it's nice and snowy here today, a little windy. So I color in sections. Hi, Christine. And I start out with the face first. You color like a third grader, Shar. You're so funny. I am sure you don't. You don't color like a third grader. So this is my E04, and I'm laying this down right where I put the E11. I'm not extending that out at all yet. Hi, Jackie. So now we're going to grab that E11 again, and I am going to extend out the E04. I broke out the scale today and started weighing my markers before I filled them, just to see if I needed any filling. I usually don't do that, but I just wanted to see. I want to try to familiarize myself with what the weight feels like. We're going over everything with E21 and we're pulling the colors out. We're just pulling them out a little bit. If you pull out too far, you'll get you'll get a flat-looking face at the end of the coloring. You want to leave room for all your colors. So a filled marker with both caps off should be 9.5 to 10 grams. Hi, Paula. That's what I read today anyway, Lois. I looked it up. I will try. Let's see. How does that look? A little better? This is E000. I'll have the camera too close and then you'll see all the flaws. It looks better further away. So I'm filling in the rest of the space with E000.
You can't respond 2 hours.
My girls just got home from Anchorage. And they didn't realize I'm on a live. Sorry about the outburst there. So here I am with E11 again. I'm going right at the top of her little collar, the side of her neck, and a little bit under her chin. We're gonna go under her sleeve. Oh, really, Christine? That's awesome. We live about 45 minutes north of Anchorage. So today, you can't see, period. So I wear glasses. And I was coloring today, and my eyes started to be blurry even with the glasses on. So I put on a pair of readers that are more of a prescription, and then I still was having issues with my eyes, so I just had to take a break for a while. I don't think I need my eyes checked again. I don't know. My eyes seem to be changing really quickly, but I just got new glasses in September. Well, you'd think that's just to me anyway. But I have progressives. Back to our E11. I'm extending out this color little bits. I put this shadow on the bottom of her arm here, the bottom of her hands. E21, we're doing the same thing, just extending colors just a little bit further than before. When you say computer glasses, Dawn, are they like a special prescription for the computer? What does that mean, computer glasses? You're like reading glasses on the computer? E00, I'm gonna fill in her neck. And extend out on each hand. Okay, and this is E000, and this is the last color I'm using on her arms. So they have like blue light protection in them, or? Oh, I see, Jackie. Okay. So this is for blush. Hi, Barb. We are going in just a little bit with R22. And I'm just sticking right along the hair. This is a really bright color, so I want to make sure I'm not laying down too much. I don't want Emma looking like a clown. We're extending this out a little bit with R20. And a little bit further with R30. Well, it looks. And then I'm going to go back over those cheek colors with E quadruple 0. Just want to make sure there's no harsh line there. So we're going to start the skin completely over, starting with E04. And the reason we do 2 layers is again to reach depth, and you can really gain depth in your image. Thank you, Jackie, by putting down a second layer. Hello, Christine. How's Larry's show going? Hi, Gail. Okay. This is E11, and we're extending out just a little bit. You don't want to go past where you'd extended it out the first time. Try to keep it the same. Oh, Sean is such a sweetheart. I love him. It's easy to do. Losing track of time. Okay, so that's E11. We're going to E21. There's E00. I knew who, oh, you're tagging him. Okay. I'm like thinking, I knew who you were talking about. And we have E000. Extending this out, going around the bottom of her face. Talking smack about Sean. No smack talking going on here. Hi, Betsy. Oh, Dawn, I think I would be afraid to see all the mistakes I made on that big screen. So here we're going to go back in with our blush colors. The first being R22. I need someone to come over and peel all the tape off my, all the washi tape off my markers. It's driving me nuts. And then clean the stickies off of them. So R20. Are you gonna squirt me?
Hmm?
You're not gonna squirt me, are you?
No.
What are you doing? Oh, my daughter's standing over my shoulder watching. I'm nervous. Invading my bubble. Thank you, Dawn. Okay, and then we're softening up our line here with our blush, making sure that her skin is all nice and smooth. Oh, I should have cleaned my glasses before I started. Okay. Here's E04. Hey, tell Dad that Echo is going to be brought home by Tasha. Hi, Mary. How are you? I have my 9-year-old is out selling Girl Scout cookies right now. She's at a booth sale at Cars or Safeway, whatever you want to call it. Oh, it's okay, Mary. Don't worry. We haven't gotten very far. Better late than never, right? E00. Christine, I live in Palmer, Alaska. Yay, we're done with her skin. Okay. Oh, of course, I didn't get her hair colors out. Okay, so I used E18, E17, E15, and E13 on the hair because I am just trying to grab in a hurry. I grabbed E19 because that's what I saw. Hey, Sean, how are you? So I am using E19, and you'll be using, if you have it, E18. The beautiful thing about these markers is that you can use substitutions. There are some that are close. I am doing awesome. I loved your new stamp set. I am so excited for you, Sean. So these areas back here in her hair will be darker, so I'm just gonna fill those in quite a bit. Try not to get any hair in the clover like I did here. E19 will make her hair a little bit more red too, which is great for this image anyway. Sean, you need to come to boot camp in November. See if you can get on a waiting list. Don't all Irish girls. Well, my girls are part Irish and they don't have red hair. They have brown and blonde, yes. I was reading, sorry.
Oh.
I would love it if you came to boot camp. I'm gonna go in November, and that will be my second time. Hi, Judy. Redelivery of dinner? That doesn't sound very good. So, boot camp is kind of, it's a coloring retreat where the instructor is Jennifer Dove, and she teaches basically how to use Copic markers. Yes, Sean, it's in Arizona. Yes, and I get to see my girl Debbie. She comes to see me when I go to Arizona. So when I went 2 years ago, Debbie and I got to meet in person. It was a lot of fun. Hi, Bonnie. Oh, the Grubhub driver messed it up. I'm sorry. See, after I am done here, I am gonna make some halibut for dinner. It seems like we're always having seafood, huh? That's not really the way it is. Yes, Judy, we gotta go on a field trip. Arizona, here we come. I could stand for the warm weather right now. Oh, thank you so much, Sean. You're so sweet. Sounds ambitious. It's Dotsie Boot Camp is by Phoenix, like Tempa. Is it Tempa? Somewhere close there. They have it at a Drury hotel. Search Jennifer Dove Boot Camp. Oh, stupid COVID. I am so over COVID. So, it has changed so many things. Hi, Charlene. You're doing the Instapot. See, if I had thought it out, Sean, that would have been the better way to go. I know, and I woke up at like 5:30 this morning, raring to go. Oh, that's awesome. Dotsy, see, you can even, I love you, honey. Have a good day. So I'm going back in with my E19 and just darkening up some of the hair that has kind of washed out. Yes, I know Jennifer has a session open. She has November, December, and I think she has one in January as well. And her boot camps fill up really fast. November is sold out, but if you get on a waiting list, I know that sometimes people cancel or, things like that happen. Christine, did you talk to Jennifer and get in there? Okay. Chicken and potatoes. Dawn has a lot of good recipes for her Instapot. Okay, so I'm liking this red hair. I didn't do 2 full layers, but I like how it is, so I'm going to leave it that way. Oh, that's the way to go, Sean. Have the boss pay for it. Hi, Sandy. But Sean, there's still December and January. I don't think those are sold out. So check those out. I know Jennifer was trying to get me to asking me if I wanted to go to December, but I told her I didn't want to wait any longer than I had to. So I was supposed to go last year too, but then we had some family things happen, and then, well, COVID, and we just didn't know how things were gonna go. Okay, everybody's favorite part, because I'm gonna do the dress. Pleats. No, Sean, I won't be there in December. You get on that wait list for November and you tell her that you want to be there with me. Say, we need to party together. Thank you, Sandy. Okay, so this is G99. And so this is our darkest marker. And we're gonna put in pleats. If you can look here, where I put in the pleats, there's extra pleats. Oh, good, Sean, I'm glad. I put in extra lines for pleats. It helps make the dress look fuller, more fluffy, and gives it a little bit of life there. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, I'm excited. I hope you can get in. Okay, so see there's little divots where there should be ruffles. Okay, so here's the start of one. Here's the finish of one. And the beginning of another. And pleats should never be like they shouldn't be in a pattern. They're kind of random. And sometimes the, oh, I forgot what I was going to say. I'm sorry. This is what happens when I try to read and think at the same time. I can't multitask like that. Oh, so sometimes there will be lines where you should have ruffles. And then sometimes you just have to kind of imagine where they're going to go. So what you do is go to Pinterest or Google and look at how dresses or skirts or shirts, whatever you're coloring, look at how they lay on when they're being worn, okay? That's okay, Sean. Okay. So now I have the lines for my pleats drawn in. And we're going to go around the apron a little bit. I want you to be very light-handed here. And what I mean by light-handed is that we're barely touching the tip of our marker to our paper. It's really important to be light-handed with these dark markers so we don't leave a huge line. And if it's hard for you to control the weight that you're putting on your marker, hold it down by the nib, okay? Hold it really close. So you're gonna get ink on your fingers. It's okay. People ask you what it is, just tell them you're an artist. Okay, so back to the pleats. I am going to extend the dark line just a tiny bit, and right now I'm going to the right of the pleat and extending the shadow. Then I'm going to flip it and I'm going to go to the left. I'm going to go a little bit underneath this shamrock and her arm. Close here to her arm and the fold. Up by the seam. I put a little detail here. Going right above the trim. Yes, Dotsy, still G99. Oh, I'm sorry, I have my caps up, I just don't have them in the camera view. Doesn't help much, does it? I'm going to go and do the ribbon here in her dress. I'm taking the darkest. Oh no, Lois. Lois, keep going. Just keep going. It's practice, right? It'll help you with be able to, with your pleats, be able to learn or, practice your blending and stuff. Don't stop. It's always practice. Is there any way you can cover up with an embellishment or anything? So my G99 is also one that likes to get really juicy, which is why I am coloring with both of my caps off. This is one that I had to clean today, and I was worried about filling it before I weighed it. And this is why I weighed it, because this is one of the juicy markers. Okay. So now we're going to go to G94. And we're extending this out, all the G99. We're going to extend this out just a little. Sometimes when you get blobs on your colorings, you can hide them with embellishments or ribbon or Hi, May. Yep, you just missed the hair in the face. I'm glad you checked. Not where your blob is. Oh, I have had a big blob going on the face before of a dark color, and I was so ticked. But then I was like, what can I do? I ended up making it into a zombie. Turned out pretty cool. Not what I wanted or expected, but yes, that's a beautiful thing about Alive, is that we can watch it tomorrow, catch back up. Yes, just in time for pleats, everybody's favorite. Hi, Nolene. Why? Okay, so Nolene, I usually don't weigh my markers, but some people weigh them to see if they're empty or if they're needing ink. And today I wanted to see if I needed to add ink to my marker. And because it's usually one of the juicy, really juicy ones where I have to color with both caps off, I wanted to weigh it and see. So a marker that is full, if you have both caps off, is supposed to be between 9.5 grams and 10 grams. So that would mean I wouldn't need to add ink. So that's why I weighed my markers. Right at the bottom of her apron, huh? See, and Dawn's saying they need to be 9 grams. So when I looked it up today, the site that I had saw was it said 9.5 to 10 grams with both caps off. So there may be some very close variations of what it should be. I usually wait to me. That is way too long. That is way too long Nolene. And you know what? Sometimes I will do the same thing actually, and then I think that's I'm ruining my nibs when I'm doing that. So then they need to be replaced. Or so I also have waited. I've also waited until like I can see white and not knowing that the marker was getting dry, which is not good either. Oh, Larry's doing a show tonight. So this was the first time that I had used this green combination, and I am loving it. It was one that I got off of some color swatches that I'd gotten from Jennifer Dove at boot camp. Yes. So Dawn is coloring. When is it? Dawn, is that on the 2nd? Dawn on the 2nd, and Dawn G Designs is coloring the Happy Painter, inspired by Bob Ross. If you don't know what image I'm talking about, now you will by saying that, I hope. So please join her in her live. She's awesome at doing these lives. And she rocked some hardwood flooring, learned how to do that on this image. And I am so proud of Dawn and how she pushes herself to learn new things, you guys. So, and Dawn does lives twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if you don't already follow her, hop on over to her page, Dawn G Designs. Dawn, you can share your link if you want to post that so everybody can go over and like and follow your page. So she has a schedule about on doing these lives. She's not random nilly-willy like I am here. She is what you call a ducks in a row kind of girl. I want to be like Dawn when I grow up, all organized and stuff. Sorry, I'm all over the place with this image here, sliding all over my page. Okay, I love, love, love this green combination. We're gonna do her apron now. I started out with G21. Okay. Ducks in a row unite. Oh my gosh, Sean, you're so funny. Okay, So I'm gonna put in a couple pleats here in the apron. See that? I'm adding pleats because I love them so much, and I know you guys do too. Thank you so much, Jackie. I love this combination too, Sean. So I'm going G24 is the last. For the dress, I used G99, G94, G24, G21, and G20. Thank you, Christine. Aren't you supposed to be watching your husband? So for her apron, I'm going G21, and there's no seam or anything here, but I need to add a little bit right there. And now I'm taking G20 and I'm extending out the G21 I laid down, and this just gives it a really nice soft look here. And I'm picking up my marker as I'm flicking in. This gives it a thin ending instead of going on here and dragging the marker straight. You're putting your marker down and lifting up. See the difference there? You don't have a harsh stop. Extending out the pleats. And now I am going to go back in with G24. I am lightly taking the tip of my marker and placing it down lightly on these pleats. And I'm going to take and fill in just a little bit in a couple areas on her apron. Okay. Ta-da! We do the same green combination, the light green G21 and G20 for her little trim here. And then on the bottom, thank you so much, Nolene, on her pleats, okay? So notice I'm just barely touching with the tip of my marker. And I'm placing more pleats in this trim. Well, actually, I'm placing pleats in the trim because there isn't any there. There's actually just divots in the fabric. Hi, cat. You're distracted by zombies? And here is G20, and I'm just extending out a little bit that G21 that we lay down. I'm not even filling in all the white. This gives the idea of a very bright highlight. Okay, and now we want to look at this, the white trim. I'm taking T3, and again, it's really important to be light-handed, and you'll hear me talk about this a lot. You've got 4 screens going. Okay, so very light-handed. We're taking the tip of our marker and I'm putting down just a thin line of gray and going part of the way down her little loop right here. This makes the lace look really full and fluffy. Bye, Nolene. Have a good night. Okay. Can you see how much depth that gave the lace there? So we're also going to do this to her sleeve, and then we're going to go around the apron and do the same. I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing here. Yes, I made that mac and cheese recipe, and my mac and cheese lovers were obsessed with it. Oh, yes. Sean, you should come to the retreat in April. In Florida. You will kidnap him? Okay. We can't talk about it on live Facebook though, Christine. Okay. Now we're going to go here in the lattice of her dress. You have to be vaccinated before you get on a plane. being very light-handed here, or we're going to make a very dark area in her dress, and I want that to stay white. Didn't they, Bay? I think they make a big difference too. It brings a lot of life to her dress. It makes the apron kind of look real. Hi, cat. We have two cats. One with a K and one with a C. So now I'm going to extend it out just a tiny bit with T0, okay? Very, very tiny bit. This is really just to make sure that we don't have a harsh line. You want to leave plenty of white there. Sean, she's on sale until like midnight tonight. So you hurry and get her. See, it's the tiny differences that we do to our coloring, like adding the gray lines here to her apron and down here, that make the biggest difference. He is a DT still. So now we need to go in and just recolor her dress and her apron to put a slacker DT. That's okay, Sean. I was a slacker for a long time. Okay, so, and again, the reason we do the second layer is more depth. It looks good now, but it will be fuller and even more life to it. Did Betty pop on? Hi, Betty. How are you? I missed you popping in. Hi, Andrew Goodwin. He always says to me that I don't say hi to him when he pops on, but that's because I don't get to see everybody's name. Ugh. When you add a second layer of color, it makes a huge difference. Really brings out that depth. Lover, people are talking to you and you're not even acknowledging them. So much blog to do. Oh, sometimes that is just not the funnest thing, updating the blogs. takes a lot of time. Okay, so that's all of G99. Going back to G94. See, I cleaned my G99 and it's still sticky. The first layer went down fine, but the second layer, not so much. I'm not sure why that is. It seems like the darker markers get sticky and icky quickly. Sean, she did try that recipe. She told me all about it. It was good. I have to try that still too. Andrew Goodwin was here, but he's not talking to anyone apparently. That's because people were saying hi to you and you didn't say hi back. You make a lot of mistakes. Oh, you're so funny. Betty, you know, I wanted to buy a couple of them too, but apparently it was only you could only buy one. It's really nice to have also to clean your markers. Hi. So G24. Dawn and Christine and Sean said hi to you.
Hi, Dawn, Christine, and Sean. You didn't want to.
My house is quiet without the 9-year-old here. I asked her this morning when I went to see her for a minute. She's at my mom's house. I asked her if she had missed me, and she's told me no. And then I asked her if she missed Daddy because Daddy's her favorite human. And she's like, no. They were, Sean. The big bottles were at Violetta Inc. She was having a like a pre-order of them.
Why is there an investigation? You broke into the house, was gonna rain. They need to investigate. What happens if he really wasn't doing it? That's just a story people. Hey, bud, come on over. Okay, I'm here. What's up?
I haven't had any issues with my screen freezing. Oh, you got a big order from Violet Inks? I am still waiting on a couple. Let's see, YG21. This is my, well, no, that I don't not use that one yet. G20. Hopefully I'll be getting a small one soon anyway. I haven't put a big order in. I've been ordering a little bit at a time. It seems like every time I need one, or I do an order, that I find more that I need to do right after I place an order. Oh, that's nice, Kat. Aw, I'm sorry, Sean. If that happens again, I'll message you. That way you don't miss out on it. Or sign up for the newsletter, too, just in case. Do you see how much deeper that the dress looks now? How much more vibrant? The second color really makes a big impact. I know I say that all the time, but you should be able to see it here. So her apron again. Yes. I'm just getting a little bit at a time on my refills. So this is G21. G20. Oh, I see. It goes to the junk. Okay. Well, I'll just remember to shout out to you and message you. Because I know those are hard to find. G24. I'm just putting down a tiny bit of color. Thank you so much, Dawn. Sometimes I get a little bit lazy and don't want to add the second layer, but it just makes too big of a difference not to do that. Okay. And once more with the apron. A couple of these places I got a little heavy-handed here. Happens to the best of us. Okay, and I'm going to leave that just like that. And I'm going to move on to her tights. So for her tights, my darkest color I used is G94. And I did not do a second layer on her tights. I wanted them to be a lighter color. Thank you so much, Bonnie. Kat, I am mostly self-taught, yes. Thank you so much, Jackie. I did take a couple of kit and clouder classes. Most of them I collected and didn't actually take. So we're extending out with G24. G21. The last color is G20. So I filled in the rest of the green ones with G20, but then I also took and put it on the white ones, the white lines here. So give it kind of a whitish green tone. I'm going to do the band in her hat, green also. That's the G99. Do you have YG21, Betty? It's a little bit brighter, but it's similar. Hi, Kathy. Thank you. So these tiny pieces, I don't do the second layer on. Okay, the buckles are gold. Oh, you're welcome, Betty. Hopefully that'll work for you. I'm going to start out with Y28, which is my darkest yellow color for this combo. And I'm gonna just barely do the corners here. These are so tiny, so be very light-handed. Best thing is if you get it outside, you've already colored the green, so it doesn't really matter. You won't be able to see it anyway. And then the rest is black, so it'll cover it up. But it does give you some practice on being light-handed. So my go-to combination for gold is Y28, Y26, and usually Y21, but this time I'm using Y23. Hi, Josh. Josh is Dawn's son, and he is so awesome. I'm so happy that you're joining us, Josh. I love Josh. He's so fun. Okay, this is right here on the apron is driving me bonkers. See, it's wide spot, and my eyes just keep going right to it. So I'm going to try to make that a little bit thinner. I'm not sure I helped with that very much. Okay. So tonight for my black, I am using T10, but you can use any of the grays that you have. I'm going to go right underneath. Thank you, Cheryl. The band here. I'm filling in mostly with T10. Going at where the line is drawn for the top. I'm going to make a detail here on the side, leave that white. Going T8. T6. I'm going to finish that up with T5. Good thing we're going to fussy cut because I'm getting ink everywhere. Let's finish up with her shoes, T10. I'm filling most of that in. Well, thanks, Sean. Thanks for joining us. It's nice chatting with you. I hope you can get into that boot camp. T8. Not having enough room here to put my lids. This is T6. We're going to the bottom here. Oh, Kathy, I was all over and trying to get him to come. He said he would get on the wait list for November. So maybe he'll come and sit with us. And we asked him that too, Kathy. He said he has to have a COVID shot before he gets on a plane, so we'll see. Okay, so we have the clover left. We have G28, G24, YG25, YG23, YG21. California, yeah, that's right. Okay, so I'm starting off with G28. I'm going around the clover, okay? But I'm going to extend like the line here in the center. Cheryl. Sean used to be on Christine's design team for Paper Nest Dolls, but he works for Craft or Scrapbook Expo. He actually just released his own stamp line. he's just awesome. So I took the center detail that Christine drew in, and I kind of made it into a heart. Or this part I made it into a V, and then the clover shape is basically already like a heart, but I just made it a little bit more that way with the V. Sean's stamps are cute. Yes, it was a super cute set that he released. I believe, what is it? Scrappy Boy stamps. Well, next time we'll have to introduce you, Cheryl. So you can look him up, Scrappy Boy stamps. Yes, and see his stamp line that was just released. He's just a really sweet guy. Oh, I'm sorry, Cheryl. We don't want you ever to feel that way. So by adding in the V here, it brought more life, more depth into the clover. So now it doesn't look flat. Yep, now you know him. Oh, Michelle. I'm going off the screen, guys. Okay. Now we're moving to G24. Oh, he's 6'6". Wow, he's a tall guy. No, Dawn, thank you. Just kidding. Look, Dawn is keeping me on the ball tonight, guys. So let's see. We have so many upcoming events for paper nest dolls. Oh my goodness. We have the March retreat, which is coming up at the end of March. We have hygiene. We have one that's coming up for Stamp Club. Which is in June, and that one is going to be Disney themed. And then we have, before that one, we have April, which is going to be a blast because that one's in person. The March and the June are virtual. So we almost have how many do we have? We have just a few more seats left for the in-person event in April, and then about 10 more seats for the virtual one in June. I'm so excited. These are so much fun, you guys, these events. There's games and prizes and goodie bags or swag bags, whatever you want to call them. And you get classes just like the ones we teach here on Facebook, but also Tamara's doing distress inks. I'm sorry, I'm really having a hard time. Tamara does distress inks. She's going to be teaching. We have, let's see, for March, we have Dawn teaching. We have myself teaching. We have Jamie teaching. We have you, Kathy, you are the #1 attendee for retreats. We have Celine teaching. And we even have Mindy Beverly, who is also an amazing colorist. She is teaching. So you get to make cards. There's going to be, for June, there's going to be a mini album. And again, this is Disney themed, so any Disney lovers, you will want to join this. In April, we have in-person teaching. Dawn. Yay! Dawn will be teaching her first in-person retreat. I am too, Kathy. I love Christine. She's awesome. YG23. And I happen to know that Dawn has a super, super cute card for April. So you don't want to miss out. If you can come, sign up now. Okay. I didn't do the stem, but we're going to finish this in with YG21. You'd think it looks pretty yellow by looking at the cap. It's actually a lot more green than I would have expected. I really love how that turned out. Look at how much life that clover has. And I'm going to go back in just in the center and put down the white, or the G28, just on the V. I just want to darken up that center really quick. Now I better do this stem. This one's iffy, Dotsy. You say that all the time, but I think that you do a beautiful job. Thank you, Betty. Your pleats are always iffy, Debbie. I'm going to fill the rest of the stem, thank you, in with YG23. And now we're gonna fussy cut. Your pleats haven't made it to Iffy. Kat, you're so funny. Not Dawn. Dawn loves pleats. Just ask her. I just cut right on the line. There's no special way that I do this. I cannot cut away from the line. One, I don't like the white outline, but also I cannot cut a straight line even with a line, so really, Jackie? You just find it therapeutic? Just calming? I know that there's other people that really like to fussy cut as well. I'm not a fan. Oh no, I just use little scissors. Well, these are the littlest ones I have. Do you have smaller ones? You're nervous watching me? Oh, that's scary. That's sad, Kathy. Am I going crazy? You love fussy cutting too, huh? Oh, I have used my fussy cut or my brother ScanNCut to cut them. I usually do that only when I have a lot of images to do, though. You cut for 6 hours? I usually color while I watch TV. Oh, I'm so sorry about your loss, Jackie. Oh, that's a good idea, Lois. Oh, wow, Kathy. My daughter is really bad about doing that, cutting the web in her fingers. She's going to cosmetology school, so she's cutting people's hair and she clips the web of her fingers. She's done that multiple times. Yeah, it is. It sounds painful. I don't know, I guess I figure there's better things I can be doing with my time than cutting paper. I want to do the fun stuff, like coloring the paper. I'm a dork. Yes, so usually for the insides like this, I actually cut apart the shoes and stuff. I don't usually stab it through. I'll like cut off a arm or, you know, right into her legs, or, you know, a longer leg to get in here. That was something I learned from Elise and Ken Clatter. So I have all my card pieces together here. Already, oh, I forgot, I have to color the grass here. So this is a border cut from La La Land Crafts. You can't cut around the images. I just use the colors that I used for the clover. So G28, and I started down here on the bottom. And I'm just flicking in different directions. You know, like you would see grass, it's not all in one direction. And I'm just really quickly doing this. I don't take my time about it. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's one great thing about coloring nature. It is never perfect. It's been a long time since I did a background for you guys. Maybe I should do that in one of my next lives. Who's up for a background? This has some paper cuts. Okay. So G24. Cheryl, Dawn. Oh, Lois, I am sure it wasn't. Is YG25. So now I'm flicking and just trying to fill in the white spaces. I do too, Cheryl. This is again from La La Land Crafts. When you color your dies, it really brings them to life. I'm going to take YG21 and I'm just going to color over everything to get all my white spaces filled. And this also kind of blends in everything else. So this die cut is just out of my cardstock. It's not Copic paper. Okay. I'm trying to zoom out here a little bit. Maybe I'll have to rise. Okay. So this is a 5.5 by 5.5 base. And then I layer accordingly. Really, like I say, before I didn't measure, but the base, I put them on here and I eyeball it. I'm sure that drives some of you guys nuts, but I'm sorry, I didn't take the time to measure today. Sometimes I do that for you, but sometimes I just don't. Thank you, Lois. I agree. When you cut it out of just green paper, it's kind of flat. I didn't take the time to like color the sun, but you can really bring your card to life when you color your die cuts. It drives you nuts when I don't measure, Dawn. Okay, I'll measure my card stuff after I'm done with the live, and I will post it on my blog for you. Thanks, Jackie. This is actually a really old paper that I got from our local scrapbook store, but I was digging through my stash and saw it. I was excited because I bought digital paper for my card, and I went to print and I'm out of ink, and so I have the HP subscription, and they had emailed me saying that it was on its way, but it wasn't here, so I was a little disappointed, but happy that I could find something. Okay, so we have this sunshine. This sunshine and clouds, these are my favorite dies. I use them all the time. I actually use the clouds to create the pot of gold. So here's the pot, which is from the haunted house. It's a witch's cauldron. And I just kind of, move this around. On here. And I found a place where I liked it. We'll cut that off. Gonna make that into a circle. You know, I'm noticing the same thing, Jackie. Just lots of empty stores, shelves, and even Joann's and stuff. It's really sad, actually. See? So you would have never thought about that, huh? Making a pot of gold out of witch's cauldron and some clouds. I'm going to put that together so it has time to dry. Well, let's see. I'm going to have to do some more cutting because I lost where I put that, but that's okay. Yeah, we don't have a Hobby Lobby here. When I go to Washington on the 3rd, I'm gonna have my sister take me to Hobby Lobby because I love that store. Okay, so we're sticking our heart or our sunshine back here. Get a little foam square. Oh, I'm hoping to find lots of clearance. I can bring a suitcase full of stuff home. Take a lunch. Yeah, I probably should, Debbie. Be there for hours, huh? I don't want to buy stamps anymore because I don't have the time to use them. I just never use them. So I only, I have to really, really love a stamp set to buy them. If it's not paper nest dolls or something, you know. Oh, I didn't know that, Debbie. But yeah, and when we're in boot camp, Jennifer keeps us pretty busy. So I think my rainbow is gonna go here. So this die, this rainbow die, this is also from La La Land Crafts. I cut one and it's attached, but only at the ends. Cheryl, the kits they'll be sent out next week, hopefully, for March. So I cut one out of all red, and then I cut one out of each of the colors, but I cut each color where I cut each color where I and only keep the strand that I need. So it's Roy G. Biv for the rainbow. And then I just glue it all to the red. It makes it a little more sturdy and just easier to put together. You could also cut it out of white and color it. No coupons? That's a bummer. So I didn't have any St. Patrick's Day sentiments. So what I did was there's a La La Land Crafts Best of Cluck clear stamp set. I took one that says Best of Cluck and I put ink on it. I took a baby wipe and I wiped off the C. I wiped the ink off of the C. Just very carefully. Thank you, Betty. I'm glad you could join us. And that worked out perfectly for what I wanted. Okay. The foam that I'm using is like the foam that you get from the kids craft section that has tape on one side already. I've just ran it through my Sizzix sticker machine and put a sticker on the other side. I got it with a coupon, the craft foam. It's super duper cheap. And then I just cut it up and use it as a little craft hack from a friend of mine. Where's my clouds? You can get foam tape from the dollar store. Well, see, we don't have dollar stores here. Oh, you people in the lower 48, you're so spoiled. Oops. Get a little happy with the glue there. Thank you so much, Sandy. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, I have the mounting tape stuff that's kind of like Home Depot's. I got some at Michael's this last time, and I really don't like it. It's this roll here. It's spongier than usual. Like, it's super spongy and sticky. Like, I mean, I know that we want things to be sticky, but this seems crazy sticky. I'm losing my clouds. Oh, okay, Debbie. I am. Oops, sorry, guys. Let's see. Okay, now we'll put our grass on here. Thank you, Michelle. And then I used hearts to make the clover. I just folded them half. This has washi tape on the back because I hold my dies down with washi tape. So I'm not gonna fuss with that now. So you put the little hearts together in the center. And then you have a shamrock. And then I put a gem in the center. Thank you, Lois. Thank you, May. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you so much. I'm really excited that you guys came and colored with me. So I'm gonna just finish this clover offline. I have to get going and get dinner made for my minions here. But thank you so much for coming and spending time with me tonight. I hope you all have a great day. I won't be live for a little over a week since I am going to Washington to visit my family. So you guys take care, have fun, and I'll see you when I get back. At midnight tonight, there will be a new release from Paper Nest Dolls, so stay tuned for that. There's some really cute images. Thank you guys. Have a good night.